So friends, how will you feel after knowing this, that the way we were installing solar panels or the way we were installing them, because of that we were losing energy, and this is not the right way to install solar panels. And in fact, after hearing about this research, I was also very surprised that how can this happen? Friends, what has the Netherlands Organization of Applied Scientific Research proved in its research that has changed the perspective of installing solar panels, and what is this new method? We are going to talk about this in detail, and how does installing solar panels in a new way increase our electricity production? We will also talk about this. But before that, friends, if you have not yet subscribed to our super interesting channel for any reason, which we know that you watch but do not press the subscribe button, then press it right now. Then we will start today's super interesting video. Before that, let's talk about what is the new way to install solar panels. We already have the method that we use. Let's talk about that. First of all, you take any solar panel. Its direction is set in the south direction. This is a flat solar panel. You will lift it in the south direction, so that when the sun travels from east to west, there is always light in the south direction. And along with this, how much elevation of the solar panels will be there? It depends on the latitude of the place where you live. If we live in Rawalpindi, then the latitude of Rawalpindi is approximate of 33 degrees. The elevation that we calculate in Rawalpindi is 33 to 35 degrees. Wherever you live, you can see the elevation of your solar panels according to that. And the direction will be south only. This was the method by which we used to install solar panels. But now let's talk about what is the new method by which the production of electricity is increasing. Friends, this Netherlands-based research organization has first of all taken a different type of solar panels, which we call bifacial. Now, those who don't know bifacial, these are such solar panels in which there are solar cells on both the front and back sides. But now many people must be thinking that there are solar cells on both the front and back sides. Maybe that's why more electricity is being produced. Friends, this is not the reason for more electricity production. What is the reason? I will tell you later. Let's come back to bifacial solar panels. It is such a panel in which there are solar cells on both the front and back sides. And those who don't know, solar cells are basically semiconductors of silicon in which there are two semiconductors of material. One has electrons, and as soon as the photons collide with it, the electrons shift to other semiconductors. On one side, electrons increase, and on the other side, holes increase. And we are removing these two electrons through a particular medium, and with which the flow of electrons is made and electricity is generated. Something like this is happening in this, but it is happening on both the sides. These bifacial solar panels are technically due to the effect of albedo, which is the effect of reflection of light, due to which approximately 10 to 15% extra electricity can be produced. But what we are talking about electricity production here, we are talking about extra production. It is not based on solar panels, but it is based on how the solar panel is being installed. Along with this, bifacial solar panels are mostly used where you have painted your roof white and you are installing bifacial there, due to which the sun's energy comes from the backside by reflecting from the white color. And every person installing solar panels will know that when there are clouds, the efficiency of the solar panel decreases, and in direct sunlight, the efficiency of the solar panel works so well. Technically, we cannot get so much jump from bifacial as we think that if we put it on the backside, there will be no direct sunlight, but still, something or the other will produce. Something or the other is very less, about 10 to 15%. Now, what did this Netherlands-based research institute do? They took bifacial solar panels and placed them vertically from the east direction to the west. And similarly, if we put bifacial solar panels vertically, then there is a Leipzig University of Applied Science who gave a research paper, and in that, they said that just like there is a shortage of electricity in our residential houses, now you think about it. The shortage of electricity in our houses is the most in the early morning hours and in the evening hours, and the time in the afternoon when the solar is in maximum production, it decreases at that time. What did this Leipzig University say? That if we put bifacial solar panels vertically, then their energy production is in the morning and early evening, means in the evening time it is the most if we put them east to west. Now, why does this happen? Think about it yourself. Like when the sun rises, these panels are east-facing from one side, so their energy production is high in comparison to flat solar panels which face south. And along with that, when the sun moves towards west, then even in the evening hours, their energy production of vertical stacked solar panels increase in comparison to again, those lying panels. But I have not reached the right reason yet that how do vertically stacked bifacial solar panels produce extra electricity. For this, we will have to come back to the same Netherlands research which they had told us, which they had presented their facts. Now, there is a very interesting factor behind this. Think about it, when does solar work best? When the sun is very bright, which is the time of afternoon. But during summers, the time of afternoon is also the time when the solar panels heat up the most. And in summers, the electrical equipment increases the resistance. And you must have seen this on your phone too. On a hot day, you put your phone on the dashboard of the car and turn it off. And after that, your phone will get a warning that the temperature is too high. You will have to cool the phone for a while. We have all seen this. This happens in solar panels too. The atoms in the semiconductors of solar panels are in a continuously vibrating state. What happens is, when they heat up more, their vibrations increase even more. And in such high vibrations, even if a photon hits an electron, it becomes very difficult for that electron to escape from that semiconductor. Because of this, the resistance increases, and due to this, the electricity production also gets affected. You can see a graph of this. As the temperature increases, the voltage of the solar panel's output decreases. And this is the biggest reason that the way we are installing solar panels, we face a lot of heat issues. And we had made another video related to this, in which we advised. Basically, that video was not for us, but it was made for the government. That if we install solar panels on the canals, the water bodies, for which a fantastic project is also going on. Solar panels are also kept cool in it. And along with that, the water of the natural water resources, the canals, is also safe. It doesn't evaporate. This becomes a win-win situation for electricity production from solar panels and also to reserve the water of natural water bodies. Let's come back to our vertically stacked bifacial solar panels. This method of vertically stacking bifacial solar panels, we understood this thing. The first benefit is that this system produces the same amount of electricity according to the way electricity is consumed in domestic homes. It will produce high in the early morning, medium in the afternoon, and then high in the late evening. This is the same pattern. It is also called the duck curve. This is the same pattern with which we use electricity in our homes. This is the first benefit. And the second biggest benefit is that in this way, the temperature of the panels is also in control. Now you yourself think of a contradictory situation. In the afternoon, when the solar panels will work best, because the sunlight is coming in abundance, but at the same time, due to the heat, the efficiency of the solar panels will go down. This is a situation where there is no correlation. At the time when it should perform best, at the same time, they are performing worst. This scenario can be avoided if we vertically stack bifacial solar panels. And with this, the Netherlands-based research organization proved that we can produce 2.5% extra electricity with the same landmass. We can produce more electricity from the same area. And along with this, you understand one more thing, that when we put the solar panels horizontally, which we put in a traditional way, then our surface is fully utilized. And you can't do anything else on that surface other than the solar panel because there will be no sunlight on it. But in comparison, you think about it that if you put bifacial solar panels vertically stacked, if you are installing a system on a small farm, then instead of a traditional way, you put it in an east to west way. In this, you will feel that the space in the middle that you have left, you can do cropping in that. And this thing, the professors of this university have also written in their research paper that the low-height crops like carrots, potatoes, which don't need much height, you can put such crops in the middle. What will happen with this? The shadow of the crops will not fall on the solar panels, and the crops will also get proper sunlight. And they have also said one more thing in their research, that when the peak hours are in the afternoon, sun is shining on the entire peak, so the traditionally solar panels have a voltage drop of 4 to 8%. In comparison, the vertically stacked bifacial panels have no effect on their voltage production. In fact, they have seen a 4% increase in their voltage production. And if you have traditionally solar panels installed at home and you are worried about how to keep them cool, then don't wash the solar panels in the afternoon, otherwise there will be cracks in the glass. What can you do to keep the solar panels cool? If your solar panels are of a slightly higher structure, then you can plant them very well. So the plantations will automatically keep your solar panels cool. And if you have not installed solar panels on your rooftop yet and you want to know more about solar, how you can install a rooftop solar system, then comment me in comment section for request of new video about that.